America. This is
the fastest 2 hours in radio.
I think we really need like an intellectual revolution.
Now, of course, this is not so much a show as it is a special event.
The Morning Edge.
With Fox 2's Vic Faust,
We need to have a little talk here.
Chris Knight,
Hang On.
and Eric Johnson.
The more bizarre he gets,
The more people like him.
A complex mechanism that in itself must be operated by an even more complex entity, you.
The Morning Edge starts now.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. It is Thursday, June 23rd. We are rocking and rolling already this morning. Hope everybody's having a good day. The weather seemed really nice this morning throughout the St. Louis area. That's for sure. I never knew that a heat index of 91 could feel so good yesterday, but it did. So, Chris, I ask you the question. Would you take 90 or 60?
90.
Oh, he went with it.
Yeah.
Crystal Cooper, 90 or 60?
90. I'm like out cutting the grass at 90.
Hey,
Man, the humidity.
Crystal, who calls herself 5'12", who says she's
5'12".
who says she's an athletic build, who
Yeah, why
says
not?
she was, power athlete,
Mm-hmm.
volleyball, basketball, softball.
No. Soccer.
Oh, I've never heard you play soccer.
No, I didn't play softball.
Oh, I thought you played
I
softball.
can't believe you didn't play softball.
No.
Wow.
And
Villa didn't have softball.
you could hit it out of bush.
No, Villa
Right.
didn't have softball.
Well, you're tall, you're long arms.
Yeah. I actually probably wouldn't have been too bad, but
Oh, you would have been a great softball
no,
player.
volleyball was my main focus. Like I pretty much played that year round, and I traveled, played Junior
Yeah,
Olympics. things like
volleyball
that.
players are athletes. They are.
Yeah.
I got to know about volleyball because friends were at Mizzou were volleyball players,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fun to watch.
I played club
Lo-
volleyball at Mizzou. Talk about high-end volleyball. That's a D1 school.
You went to Mizzou?
Yeah, for a year.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I went to the J
You've been on-
school for a year.
What?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Where did you go after that?
I went to a trade school.
Oh, that's right, because Bob Costas told you were supposed to.
He just suggested that if I wanted to get in a studio faster, it would be better to go to a school where
Radio
I did that
studio.
every day. Yeah,
Or
radio studio.
Okay, let's call him out on this. We'll give him credit or no credit. Was the advice you received from Bob Costas, who I'm told has a screensaver of himself on his phone?
That's funny. No, it totally worked.
With a
I
bunch
was-
of words that nobody can pronounce all around his face.
No, I was on air.
Was it good advice?
Yes, I was on air in LA at 20. So number 2 market at 20 years old on air.
It was good advice.
Yeah, I would have been a junior, barely a junior in college. So yes, it
Bob,
did.
you have given Crystal great advice.
Yeah, I think a trade school is great advice for a lot of people. It's not
Yeah,
that
it
I
is.
wasn't a 4-year
Trade schools of all kinds.
style school. Actually, I ended up going back and I finished at Webster University while I was still doing radio. So you can still finish it all. It was just more of I wanted to get working and be on my own and pay my own bills, and you have to have money to do that, right?
Yeah, I guess you do. It is The Edge. Chris Knight's here, Crystal Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Chris.
Yo.
80 or 60?
80.
Yeah, 80.
Okay. What about 90 or 70?
Depends on the humidity.
Oh,
I'd have to say 90 if it was low
he's still
humidity.
going 90. Crystal, 90 or 70?
Yeah, I'm always going to be on that hotter side, 90.
Okay, because we are in the St. Louis area and we get all kinds of weather all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It is The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. You can jump in on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Jump in with what you want to talk about. We try to get to that as well. We have our ideas. We take your ideas as well. All opinions welcome. And we do that. You can also jump in on viperrocks.com. You can stream us at viperrocks.com. And then, of course, we're on The Edge morning show on YouTube, The Morning Edge. If you ever want to give us a call, you can. 636-695-2915. Here we go. Joe says, I thought Crystal meant trade school as a plumber or carpenter first.
Well, I mean, that's a trade school too.
Yeah.
Any school where you're like completely immersed in what you're doing and you have to practice it on a daily basis. I mean, I had to do we had to do at least 30 hours in the studio for school every single week. And then you sat down with a teacher, a program director, and they went through your tapes. And I mean, anything from like an or a pause or whatever, you got graded on everything, but you had to get those hours in the studio.
Edge Plumbing after the morning edge. There we go, Chris. There's the
We'll make
Oh
a
my
lot
God,
of money.
my
I'm
mind
telling
is
you.
all over the place right now. I gotta be
Crystal
careful.
can answer the
We
phones.
appreciate
and
it.
We'll send you out to do the work.
Oh yeah,
We'll be rich.
yeah, because I know
We'll be
exactly
rich.
what I'm doing.
We'll be rich, Vic.
Crystal, you get to answer the phones.
I know, that was the best part.
Oh my God, we appreciate you guys jumping in, Chris. That's a great idea. Okay, did I send you the video or the sound of Biden talking yesterday?
Oh.
I didn't send it. I'm going to have to find that. Okay, I heard something twice yesterday because people ask me, do you read books? And I was like, I don't read books. I read all day long. I don't read books because I'm reading copy all freaking day long. I read a ton. I just don't read novels or fiction or
Yeah.
I don't read the fiction books, the love books like Eric does.
Oh, yeah.
The Fabio
No,
books.
not into
Do you know I
that.
saw a Fabio book in his car once? I was like, why is that Fabio book in there? He kind of looks like Fabio. Eric, when you put your wig on, you kind of have a Fabio, like a hard Fabio look.
Yeah, that's why all the girls go watch him play, right?
Eric's good on the guitar.
Got those guns out.
Oh, look at that. All right. Oh my God, that's great. I heard something twice yesterday that frustrated me. Well, I'll find the sound. I'll send it to Chris. We'll play it in the show. But did everybody hear yesterday? Did you see Joe Biden yesterday at a press conference saying that he was asked a question by a reporter? And he's like, yes, we need more money to help with COVID. He's like, or they were talking about just any sort of vaccines and shots. They need more money, more funding. He's like, because when the next pandemic hits, we're going to need it. And it's like, well, what?
Huh?
When the pandemic hits?
Another one?
Yes. Slip of the tongue. When I read it, when I hear it, when other people that were responding to what was posted, it was like, wait a second. Why is he talking about another pandemic? And he didn't say if one were to happen ever in the future. He's like, when the next pandemic hits. And we already know the president has had a propensity to say things that he probably shouldn't have, whether he knows it or not. We already know that his handlers do not allow him media access. They do not allow him to talk or speak freely with reporters like President Obama did, like President Trump did. He's guarded. He has to use a teleprompter, which is why they created a whole stage outside the White House, the first president in the history of the country to have to do that. Robert says election news. That is interesting. Does that concern you that the president said when the next pandemic hits?
Yeah.
Was it a slip of the tongue? Later in the day, his energy secretary, Jennifer Granholm, who leaves a lot to be desired, the former governor of Michigan, she said when she was talking about inflation and prices, right, because she's still saying there's nothing the president could have done about gas. There's nothing wrong with his policy. This is all Russia. It's all the war. It's a supply and demand issue when it comes to gas. She says, quote, if another pandemic hits after the president had already spoke in another location. Well, if a pandemic hits again, she's like, so I'm going, wait a second. As Jenny says, he is saying the quiet part out loud.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it.
Jeannie says, North Korea is having some weird virus right now.
I didn't hear about that one.
So I'm like, wait a second. During the break, I'll find the video for you, Chris. It just frustrated the hell out of me. Because Americans don't realize what you get conditioned. Eric was talking about this a couple days ago. You just hear something over and over. Oh, yeah, of course. Then before you realize it, you never would have accepted a pandemic or a second one. And then if you hear it enough times, like, oh, yeah, we're going to have another pandemic. We're going to have to go through all that stuff again. And it's like, instead of going, wait a second, no, that shouldn't happen. No, we take all the precautions necessary, especially when we find out that the first pandemic was created in a lab. And the government even said, well, we can't say that it was, even the Democratic government, well, we can't say that it wasn't created in a lab now.
Right.
When at first, no way, it had monkeys,
It's always the monkey's fault. You ever notice that?
Leave it to Chris to stick up for the monkey.
But I heard that this monkeypox case in Kansas City was because of a pet prairie dog. So I heard rodents can carry it too. So this poor monkeys, they're just getting all the crap, right? When really rodents are the ones that are having, I think I saw there was like 8 cases in the Midwest that all are related to prairie dogs, not monkeys this time. I don't know.
Oh, so the dogs are going to be to blame next. Is that what you're saying?
No, so it's just frustrating the hell out of me when I hear that. Jenny says, I refuse to participate in another pandemic. Kevin says, we have a virus in the White House now. It will last 2 more years.
Yeah, it's been there since 2020.
The national gas, the gas tax that the president was trying to end for 3 months, it's not going to happen. I mean, it would have eliminated 18 cents per gallon. Possibly the state, they could have added taken this tax away, which could have boosted maybe 50 cents less a gallon, which would have been huge. But it's not going to happen because guess what? Even the Democrats in Congress go, wait a second. We can't do that because that's going to undermine the Build Back Better plan of the national funding that they had for the transportation, for the roads, all the bridges. Well, we got to have all this money. Well, guess what? That would eliminate the tax for it. You would have no funding.
I know, right?
Shoot yourself in the foot. Shoot yourself in the foot. Shoot yourself in the foot.
Are you wanting to hear Joe?
Yeah, in a second. Hold on a second. Thank you, Chris. You're the man. Cedric Redmond says, I'm not classified as a Republican. I'm not a Republican, but I'm just tired of arguing with Democrats. He also says,
Amen.
18 cents, and this isn't me saying it's my ass.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Danny says, join the club regarding arguing with Democrats. Here's the sound that I heard yesterday. You tell me what you think when you hear President Biden talking about another pandemic.
We do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
Oh.
We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well. That's something we've been doing fairly well. That's why we need the money.
Can we play that one more time when you get it loaded up, Chris? I undersold that story.
He legit was just like,
I was doing the president a favor. I was doing common Americans listening a disservice and not pounding that point home enough. Here he is again, telling you, not saying there could be, telling you there's going to be another pandemic.
We do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well. That's something we've been doing fairly well. That's why we need the money.
Okay, not only did he take an unneeded shot at President Trump, who, by the way, did bring the first vaccines to market. If you're a fan of the vaccine, you can thank Operation Warp Speed for that happening. So you can't have it both ways. Either the vaccines are the greatest thing ever. You did not bring them in. President Trump did. You didn't, Joe. That's just a fact. If you like it and you want to talk about it, you don't need to take a shot. Secondly, your thoughts, Crystal. He just told you there's going to be a second pandemic. And then after he spoke, Granholm is talking, and I guarantee it was like, it's like all the radars started going off. Antennas up. We got to back that down if there's a second pandemic.
Yeah, Amber from the Facebook line said exactly what I was thinking. Whoops, I think he slipped up there. Yeah, that was not supposed to come out, I don't think. Because that is not, I mean, even if you were just telling us that's the for real reason, I don't think that makes us all excited, right? That's not going to be a win-win. So, no, he should not have said that.
This is another reason why President Biden has limited media access, because reporters are going to ask questions. That's your job. You're the president. You ran on transparency. I mean, whenever I hear stuff, I try to say, okay, what would the other side say? Because I always try to put myself in a position, and I'm sorry, I am not for this position. What would somebody else say? Are there people? I mean, I know there's really not a lot of Joe supporters anymore. There's not. We've begged for them to talk to us. I'm out in public. I tried. It's almost like anything but Trump still. Anything but Trump. Anything but Trump.
Yeah, I'm not hearing that so much.
Well, you got to hang around with the people I hang around with. There is such vitriol still for Trump with lots of people who I'm with on a daily basis.
I just can't believe. I want to hear this one more time.
Please.
President Joe Biden yesterday.
We do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well. That's something we've been doing fairly well. That's why we need the money.
It's just unbelievable.
Oh. As our Facebook line is saying, it's not the second pandemic that we're going to have. It's the second plandemic that hits right before the election.
Just slip the L in there. Plandemic. That's smart.
Right. But how would that play out? What would be the advantage? A pandemic hits right before the election?
You don't go to the voting polls.
That, or you do the mail-in, which they can control again, right?
This is why I've continued, and this is why I've continually talked to Eric about what he said. There are red waves coming. Presidents are going to win. I'm like, okay, yeah, it would appear so. All polling indicates that.
If voting was done legitimately, or
If
the way
polling,
it used to be.
I've always said I don't trust. I'm not saying that's why Trump didn't win. I'm not going to go that far, and I know that upsets people. But I'm telling you, there was definite, major irregularities. As I always bring. Nobody has explained to me the vote dumps in Michigan and Wisconsin at 1 to 3 a.m. in the morning, hundreds of thousands of votes.
Pulling up in a U-Haul.
With no Republican on a ticket for Trump. But that's why I've consistently said on this show, do we really trust voting? I don't know. Just maybe I'm overdoing it. I'm just curious about the listeners on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper, on the web at viperrocks.com. It just gets me very concerned when the president is saying, when the second pandemic hits, there's going to be another one.
Molly Rose joining you.
Yeah.
Cedric says it seems like the Democrats enjoy this dominatrix style of politics where it's the Notebook mixed with 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, my God.
That is the post of the day. Sorry. Seems like the Democrats enjoy this dominatrix style of politics where it's the Notebooks. Oh, it's so sweet and loving mixed with 50 Shades of Grey. Get over here. You will do this. You will do that. Have you ever seen any one of those movies?
The Notebook.
Of course you've seen The Notebook.
Probably once.
Chris saw 50 Shades of Grey 3 times with his wife.
I just don't like a lot of movies. Sorry. You're not going to get me to sit down that long.
Honestly, I've never seen 50 Grades of Shade.
Neither 50.
Yeah, me either.
Is that what it is?
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Grays of Shade.
Me
Just
either.
goes to show
I've
you.
got 50 Grays.
Me too. Damn the luck.
Oh, my gosh. So that was making headlines yesterday. So now the president has told us the cat's out of the bag. There's going to be another pandemic. I believe him. I don't believe that was a slip up. I believe that was information that went in one ear at one point in time, and it just kind of was floating around Joe's head. And then it reminds me of my grandma, unfortunately, before she passed away. God bless her soul, Margie, Grandma Margie.
Just no filter.
Things would just come out of what? I didn't what?
Yeah.
What? You remember that? Or it's like, why'd you bring that up now? Where'd that come from?
Grandma.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a pool. You're a
Could
pool
you
owner.
imagine
You take
Joe
the filter
Biden
out of
being
the.
your grandpa?
No.
Who's your grandpa? I would have to say somebody else. I couldn't even say his name.
From the Facebook line, Jenny, do they really think the American people are that stupid that we will just go through another pandemic, no questions asked?
If you're forced.
Robert says, yep, because I'm telling you right now, we have been divided into groups for the most part, and you're going to have to choose sides. And as I've always said, and it's the biggest thing with humans, it's pride. It's much easier to not say you're wrong and to stick with what you're going than to open your mind and look, okay, is there another way? Is it possible that I could have been wrong? People will stand there. I'm telling you, people who dead set on vaccines, whether we've had them or not, I don't care. I know. I know I used to say masking's going to stop this. I know if we stay away from each other, it's going to work. I know I used to say if we get a vaccine, it's going to work. I know I would say if I got a vaccine and a mask, I still couldn't spread it. I know. And they still refuse to say it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Now we know it didn't work. And I'm not saying it's bad if any of us got our vaccines. I'm just saying it didn't do what they told us it would do. Well, it kept you out of the hospital. Okay, now you're trying to say, yeah, there might be some evidence. Might be that it kept you out of hospitals and your symptoms were, but then you want to say, well, look how many people died. So you can't have it both ways. Once again, if you're going to argue a point, let's break it down. Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Danny says, a major news I mentioned to people. Have they heard about the people who have been arrested for ballot harvesting in all the swing states and even in California, had people sentenced to jail? I've heard of some of it. It's not getting national news, and it's not going to change anything. What it does is people who felt like there was problems, it's going to solidify them. And then the people who don't think that there were any irregularities, it's just going to say, you're just dirty and you're trying to ruin an election. It's already been seen. You're going to argue to a point. All you're going to do is solidify your own base. Maybe. You're not going to change any minds. No laws are going to be changed anyway. Tracy says, why are so many celebrities dying every day still? Is it the vaccine? I don't know. I'm still trying to find out how a Baltimore Ravens linebacker died yesterday. Did anybody hear?
No, I've never heard an update on
How did
it.
he die?
Oh, no, I didn't hear why he died. They don't post that. They just say he died.
All of a sudden, we're not hearing these things anymore.
Yeah, there's no cause of death.
Another issue. I know the family says that, and I don't know if it was an aneurysm. I don't know if it had to do with the heart. It was just a sad story. It was a local story. I know we have listeners all across the country, but a beloved dispatcher from Wentzville died yesterday. All we said is died tragically, unexpectedly. And we did a story on Fox 2 last night, but we don't have details why. The family just said that they're going to have details. So,
But is that something you
we
can
have
find
always
out
said,
if they're
well, yeah.
vaccinated?
No, I don't know. See, those are the deep dives that need to happen.
And that's not what's happening.
No, not now, not yet. I mean, we've gone from way of reporting things to not anything. A friend of mine just posted regarding the NFL player. I can't remember his name right now offhand. I'm sorry. Crystal, if you can find that.
Jalen.
Said police were suspicious of the girlfriend that was at the house of the 26-year-old player that died. Suspicious is what a friend of mine is now saying because I didn't know. You know, of course, we've talked about Justin Bieber's face being paralyzed and his wife having strokes now after they were vaccinated, of course. We're not conspiracy theorists here, but what we are is we try to bring up facts, solutions. What has happened to get us to this point in time? Where are we?
It was Jalen Ferguson.
Jalen Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Saraguso died yesterday, 55 years old. But, you know, once again, I don't know. We'd have to see. Was it complications from COVID, complications from a visor? Was it because he was extremely overweight for many years of his life? Did he do steroids when he was playing football in the NFL? You know, a lot of questions there with him. But these are old questions that we've been talking about when it comes to COVID. All right, we're just getting started. We still got a lot to get to today. Eric Johnson just walked in the door. Chris Knight, Krista Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. We'll continue to talk about these things. Jumping on the Facebook line, 100.7 The Viper. If you have things that have gone unnoticed, let us know. We'll talk about them. You can also give us a call if you want. The phone number 636-695-2915. Tracy says, bet they've all been vaccinated. It's a great point. It is a fantastic point that needs to talk about. Is another pandemic, or as our listener said, plandemic coming because the president yesterday said there's going to be another pandemic? When's it going to happen? All questions we're getting into. There's all right. Also news with President Trump and Ron DeSantis, a polling in this situation came out yesterday. Let's just put it this way. Ron DeSantis has not asked for President Trump's support in any way.
Too early.
But he doesn't need it. And, we'll get into it. You're listening to The Edge. Back with more right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Edge morning traffic.
Molly Rose joining you now for a traffic update. Watch for emergency vehicles I-70 westbound just before Lambert International Airport. In St. Charles County, no slowdowns this morning on I-70 either direction. 6440 looks good as you head out of Lake St. Louis and then all the way over to the Boone Bridge. But do expect some eastbound slowing once you get past the Chesterfield area approaching Town and Country. Slow again on 40 eastbound once you reach the inner belt and then continue over to Hanley. Expect delays throughout the morning and into the late afternoon on the Chain of Rocks Bridge. An eastbound lane is closed for road work for the day, and I-55 is jammed up through that work zone getting into the city. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge Morning Traffic.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
Do you want to work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? Belief Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for post-harvest technicians and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay of $15 per hour. If you're 21 or older and ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beliefmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
People's Bank and Trust is helping you get a grip on your finances with our new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills all from the palm of your hand. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net for more information and to start using mobile banking. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Woo-hoo! Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, kbb.com.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for Adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
What's more American than celebrating the 4th of July? Getting your fireworks from a veteran. Dogpatch Fireworks in New London's better known and has everything you need to have a blast this 4th of July. Owner Michael Lutz and his family have been providing top-notch products at mind-blowing prices. From firecrackers to 500-gram cakes. Whether you want a little or a lot, Dogpatch Fireworks has it all. Open Monday through Sunday until 11 p.m. until July 10th. Dogpatch Fireworks. Next to Woodsy Acres and Salt River Trading Post in New London. Look for the daily specials on Facebook at Dogpatch Fireworks.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair. Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters carries a full line of automotive parts and paints. They're a PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and industrial coatings and auto body shop supplies. For over 40 years, your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters, just off Mexico Road, 447-4000, 447-4000, on the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FALL.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, happy Thursday. It is the Edge, 8:32, June 23rd. Eric Johnson's here with Chris Knight, Chris Cooper, Vic Faust from Fox 2. The fastest 2 hours in Morning Talk Radio. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you have a better weekend. Weather looks like it's going to be pretty darn good again. That's good. Crystal, was life rough yesterday swimming in your swimming pool?
I wasn't able to swim yesterday.
What? Why weren't you swimming?
Because the levels were a little off, so we had to shock the pool.
Whose level was off?
Levels were off?
Did you say your level was off?
No, so I guess during the storm last week, our the breaker to the salt cell that puts the salt in the pool had blown, and so there was no salt being put in my pool over the weekend, which I guess made the levels go crazy.
Wait, so what's the worst it could have? Have you ever
Yeah,
swum
we
in
just
a lake?
flipped the breaker back.
This
and
sounds
then-
like a Chesterfield problem.
It does. Could you see the bottom of the pool?
Yes.
Then you're fine. Good God.
You should jump in.
It
You
was a
should
little
jump in Eric's old
cloudy.
pool.
I know.
But yeah, so no,
It
we'll
had a
be able
great
to
tint to
enjoy it this morning.
Yeah, we
so.
swim around the dead mice and the dead frogs.
I mean, we go to
It's
the
fine.
lake. I swim in the lake.
Exactly.
I know.
So you refused to get in your pool because
No, I didn't refuse to. It was just by the time I would have been able to use it, all the chemicals had already been put in by the pool company, and you can't get in at that point.
what'd your kids do?
What? Well, she went to the neighbors and played for a little bit, and then
Because they have their
my
pool
son
done
was on
right. The
Roblox.
chemistry is bingo.
Yeah, that's it.
My God, that's awesome. Well, you did do something else yesterday, and this is great. Ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Cooper cuts her own grass.
Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in Chesterfield. That's unheard of. It's unheard of.
It might be. I can't remember the last time I saw a woman out cutting her grass.
And what was funny is you guys were like,
Huffing and
it's a
puffing.
push one too. I said, yes. It's not even a ride mower. But it's okay. I mean, obviously my husband does it the majority of the time, but when he is not around and it has to be done, it'll be done. I mean, my dad's even so cool. He'll do it. 72, he'll get out there and do it himself, push mower.
Do you
So
have
that's
like
where I get it from?
Do you have like a pergola and a cabana kind of thing?
No.
No, it's just a pool.
Yeah, just a pool for right now.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to do some things out there. I'd like an outdoor kitchen or something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, make the entertainment area a little bigger. Because the kids are going to start having people over and, you know, they're going to get to those teenage years, and I'd rather have them hang at my house with all their friends, right?
I guess.
Oh my gosh. Eric, real quick, because people are still talking about it, unfortunately, when it came to the whole situation, and you were driving in, you may have heard us unless you were on a work call.
No.
What Joe Biden told us. Did you hear it?
Oh, yeah. I heard that a couple days ago. That big old Joe, you don't know what is part of the dementia and what is part of the teleprompter and what is part of his head. And he needs more money. You don't have enough money? Oh, my Lord. First of all, start there. $1.6 trillion to the American people that caused inflation. Where are you going to just stockpile money
That
for
not
this?
only caused inflation,
Yeah.
can I add something to that?
Sure.
Now we see all the COVID fraud.
Yeah, well, that was bound to happen.
Billions of dollars of COVID fraud because of the system that was implemented.
A lot of it went overseas, too. You'll never find it ever again. But
maybe intentionally.
Yeah. And there is another pandemic coming. They're trying desperately to light one up with this monkeypox thing. You can tell.
Do you think
it's
this
a
is
little
the CDC?
weird.
Do you think it's a New World Order? Do you think? I don't think it's just the United States. If it was in fact going to be true,
I think that whoever created that, I don't know. We're getting conspiracy theory stuff, but I do really think that something is going on behind this. There's a mosaic of garbage that has happened to this country. It has happened in 18 months. Someone was on the other day. It was a Democrat. It was on CNN, and he was basically saying, as much as you hate Trump, you can hate him all day long. He was a moron, blah, blah, this and the other. But my God, this country was running like a top back when he was the president. True story.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you weren't on Twitter, on Facebook, and you didn't even see Trump, you were thinking you were living a pretty damn good life.
You know what's scary though, Eric? I don't think nobody could argue with what you just said. I don't even think they could debate you.
No.
But there's somebody who I'm around a lot who's very intelligent, who still is the ABT, anything but Trump, would still take what we have right now because the hatred, the vitriol is so strong for that man that this person,
See, I feel like that's a personal problem.
or anybody would want his endorsement in the state of Missouri.
Yeah.
That sounds like an
I'm
emotional
telling you,
decision.
Exactly.
But don't make an emotional decision when your emotional decisions are going to have an effect on my pocketbook.
Anything but
Personally.
Trump. Yeah. Did you see the January 6th hearings?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
And you already have Democratic lawmakers saying that this is not a big deal.
So I think that
not all of them,
the media,
but some of
if you
them.
really believe that this is a new world order kind of thing, you cannot have a guy like Trump succeeding in the Make America Great Again category. You can't have a sovereign country. You cannot have this sovereign United States and have a new world order.
Yeah, you can't have a proof that it works.
Yeah, everything would is supposed to absorb into the entire planet, right? Well, you can't have a successful United States with a strong military, with a strong dollar, and the dollar runs everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a country that is fixing the Middle East, because that's what he was on his way to doing. He was on his way to fixing the Middle East.
Well, there was peace and treaties being signed, and China was being put in its place and despising America because of the trade situations for the first time ever that had been shoved down their throats.
And I've heard from
they were like, what the? It just happened to us.
Yeah.
I've heard from my family that lives in England, and they literally, for this to come out of their mouth was a lot, because they do tend to lean a little more liberal, but they said, I never would have thought another president would have been more of a laughing stock than Trump. And she was talking about Biden. So that's how bad it's gotten and how long he's gotten there, is you take all of Trump's 4 years, all of that, and he's already beat it in her mind. Ooh.
Tracy says, don't give him a pass. I guess talking about Biden and COVID. Robert says, COVID fraud. School funding at less than 30% of appropriated. That should freaking piss everybody off.
Oh, yeah.
Tracy says, hey, I think it's safe to say we can stop calling it a conspiracy theory. I did not know this. I'm going to take your word for it, Troy. Governor Pritzker of Illinois owns a mask company. He's made bank. Okay.
And he's up looking in he's in states to run for president. Did you hear about that?
No.
He's kind of haunting the primary states right now.
Well, he could spend $1 billion to try to become president with all of his money and his family's money.
And who's to say that clown?
He's from one of the richest families in America.
Who's to say that clown doesn't have a right to run? Is he better than Buttigieg? Is he better than Kamala Harris? Yes.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
No, he is. I've interviewed him several times, and if you're not talking just straight policy, if you're like, he's got a sense of humor, he's got some wit, and I'm not trying to piss
I thought you
people
said weight, but no wit too.
Well, he's definitely got the weight.
But if he ran, he would definitely blow Kamala and Biden and Buttigieg away.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
I think you're right, but
Because
he's
he's
a
had
joke
these-
too. He's a joke too. But let's just be
And
honest
like I
about
said, if without talking policies, just somebody you're going to hang and talk. And he's like Obama.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very good speaker, too. He's not as eloquent
Yeah.
as Obama, but he's close.
He's
and I'm
gangsta.
telling you, the guy.
He's Illinois gangster.
But I didn't know you were going to take us there. That is
No. I didn't. It's like
that's a good thought. That's a good thought.
everything was transitioning into the I think the tease that you were about to have about DeSantis and Trump.
Well, we're getting
so
to
everything
absolutely.
all roads are starting to meet in this place, right? We are in the pregame of the midterms. This is the exhibition league. This is like the equivalent of the NFL going over to Europe and playing football.
I can feel your excitement.
See?
I knew I was going to upset somebody when I said it. Sorry, Michelle. No, he's not. Vic, no, he isn't. Exclamation point. He runs this state like a joke.
No doubt he does. He does.
Pritzker is he has been tied to some global situations. I'm just telling you, when it comes to aura and personality away from policies, if you're just talking, hanging, the guy can do it. He can. I'm not saying I agree with his policies.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
He's got the means.
He's got the means, and he has sat at those tables. He knows how to talk. I've talked to the guy. I talk to politicians all day, every day and a half for years. He's smooth. The guy is smooth, especially next to Kamala and Joe.
Yeah. And he keeps a low profile, unlike the dimwit up in the mayor of Chicago, who is like screwing everything up. And that's one thing about Pritzker who we'll have to answer to is how do you run a state where you have one of the biggest cities in the country that is destroyed?
That's all I can think about when I. He totally took that from my brain.
I got to understand what this was all about.
No, she does.
She looks like
She looks like
Beetlejuice. I'll pull it
Beetlejuice.
up in the break. I'll pull up what
Eric,
it looks
you've
like in the
never-
break. The
Eric,
shrunken
Eric,
head.
we all look like people, so we're not trying to be mean, but she looks like Beetlejuice. I mean, I've never seen anybody else look like Beetlejuice.
No. Oh my God.
No, she does. She
That's hilarious.
like shows up
You
for
gotta say it 3 times.
Halloween.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Don't do that. You'll pull her away from her important duties of letting Chicago get shot up.
So
That's funny.
Michelle says, "Yeah, Vic, he's a smooth piece of hit." But I know, I get it. Cedric says, "Damn." Talking about
how bad
they're looking like Beetlejuice, but Cedric, you know it's true. Pull up some pics, and you'll be laughing your ears
Could you
off.
imagine talking to her? You wouldn't know if she was looking
She
at
won't
you
talk
or
to you.
not.
You're white.
Well, there's
Eric, yes, she's married to a white woman.
You realize she said she is not talking to
Is
white
she
media.
really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, her wife
She's
is
not
white.
talking to white media.
Oh,
Remember
boy.
that?
Yeah, she
no
said
white
it.
media.
No, but she's got a white wife. I mean,
Well, that's fine.
Don Lemon
Well,
ripped
hopefully-
people, and Don.
Hopefully, she doesn't work for the Chicago Tribune
No,
then,
but
because she's
Don
not going to talk to
Lemon
her.
said that the problem with America was white men, and he's married to one.
Okay,
So, I mean,
you know what?
this is not the first
I
time.
understand. She's a joke.
Oh my! Give it to Chris.
Come on, guys.
You gotta
This
put
is
that
getting
up.
too funny today. We got to get back on track.
No, we're
That's
see,
hilarious.
See, Eric, we go up and down. We're right on the line.
Oh my God.
No, I mean seriously, Chris brought this up, and he's true. I mean, this is not this.
Yeah,
it is. All right, it just.
So anyway,
Are we showing the pic or not?
Go ahead. That's funny because it's funny. It's.
We'll bring you a pic in just a moment. You tell us if what Chris said is wrong or not. That's it.
Chris says very little, but when he does, it is hilarious. Good job on that one, Chris.
Between the Beetlejuice and the Mickey Mouse this week, you two have been hot.
Yeah.
We have to
the
step up
Mickey
our
Mouse.
game, man. Vic.
We're going on tour.
Eric, I know that you did it
We're opening up for PRL.
the other. I don't want to get too off track, but PRL posted pictures at Fox 2 yesterday on the deck. Will, the lead singer of Eric's band, was literally in his Billy Idol attire with no shirt on, the side of his pants like unbuttoned, where you could see his blue,
Undies.
like Speedos. And I'm
Good
going,
thing he had them on
Oh my
this time.
Can you please, real quickly, and I'll get us back on track. I'll try. Tell why PRL was at Fox 2 yesterday
Well,
on the show.
We're playing a show at Silver Creek Casino. Not casino, sorry. Silver Creek Saloon Saturday night. And it's sponsored by Fox 2 and some other people. And, they just invite us over to hang out with the afternoon show over there. I can't remember what her
But
name
Fox,
is.
oh, Chelsea
Chelsea.
Haynes. She does our afternoon show, noon show.
Yep.
She's fantastic. Mizzou grad.
Yep.
and she loved having PRL on yesterday.
She didn't know who Bret Michaels was.
Well, because you know how old
she's
she is.
young and she's not in the Bret Michaels demo.
Because she's like 26 years
well,
old.
that makes all the sense in the world to me.
And she's into rap music.
Yeah. Well, who is it?
So that was the first one I picked out of that picture was Bret Michaels.
By the way, are you sold out Saturday?
I don't know. It's going to be big.
Because I would be there. You're not the only band. There's other major
You're Vic
bands.
Faust. You don't show up to somewhere and go,
I'm
is
in
it sold
Maryland
out?
for the weekend, or I would be there.
There you
I gotta
go.
go to Baltimore.
Hey, my husband's going to be here. We should come. You
Come
can
on
meet
out.
him.
Exactly. Give me a cutout of you, Vic, and I'll just stick it on
And
stage.
I've
for
got
you.
I've got a fat head of me.
If you think I won't
Put
put
it on
up
a
there,
stick.
you're
I'll
nuts.
carry you around.
Something tells me that fat head would be given back to me, but like Will would have done something.
No, there'll
to
be a
it.
Sharpie party on it.
Yeah, well, there'd be a Sharpie party after Will desecrated it or something.
Well, you would help desecrate him back, even in a cutout character. No, yeah, it'll be fun. Just
So
saying.
Saturday
Great picture
night,
with you.
people, how can people? Can they go
Just
to
go over
Fox
there.
2 to try to get tickets, or
Yeah,
do you
I
have to
think-
buy in advance?
I don't know. I literally am
Eric,
the
you're
kind of
supposed
guy.
to know these
I'm
things.
the bass player. I show up and I'm usually late to those things too. So I go, "Where's the catering?" They go, "Well, you got sound check." I go, "Damn."
Is it true you have a screenshot of yourself on your phone?
No, not on my phone. Not on my phone.
Just when you walk into your
Yeah.
house, there's pictures of you.
Well, there is that.
Joe Patterson says, "Ask
I
Eric
kiss
for
them
VIP
lovingly.
tickets." It never worked for the previous co-host on the show, though.
No,
No,
it didn't.
I think that was on purpose.
Not on purpose. He's just forgettable.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Okay. Chris is putting the picture together. We'll show you that in a second. We're trying to get back on track for all the crazy crap that's going on. Yeah, it makes you wonder about what the hell is happening with politics when the president is telling us, pretty much promising us, there's going to be another
So here's the deal,
pandemic.
guys. You guys nailed it. Be very
Okay,
be
real quick.
are
Eric,
be defensive this year.
I have to
guys.
jump in real quick while you
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice and the Mayor of Chicago are up on our screen now. Oh my God.
That's about it. That's about
my
it.
gosh.
Chris. Yeah.
Chris,
You chose
you
well,
turned
Chicago.
Chris, you turned that around really fast.
Chicago, you guys are damn geniuses.
Was that fair? I think Chris might be the genius.
Maybe.
Does Lori Lightfoot and Beetlejuice?
What a mean little mayor she is too. She's just a mean little mayor.
Well, some people like her.
How can she's one of the first politicians I've ever known that was just so damn mean.
Chris, you turned that around. Can we see it one more time? You did too much work too quick for us not to pop that up.
You don't want her kissing your babies during election time, that's for sure.
I don't want any of them kissing my babies.
No.
Kevin said I would look like Captain Morgan when it was all said and done if I gave you my fat head. Probably. Amy's like, I'm dying. Tracy, LOL or LOFL.
If you give me your
Twinning.
damn cutout, I will have it on stage and we'll have major picturage from it, okay? And it might even do some crowd surfing.
Yeah, if anybody knew who the hell I was, it would actually be kind of funny.
Okay, well, we'll see.
But nobody knows who
You
I
guys
am.
are huge over there in Illinois. Monstrous.
Where is the Silver Creek Saloon?
Great question. Back to news. I think it's in Belleville, Illinois.
Really? And I don't know about Bell. That's where I went to high school. I was
Yeah.
born in Belleville.
Yeah, it's the Silver Creek Saloon, and that is a pretty big little place over there. All of a sudden, a lot of the bigger bands play
Pretty
over there.
big.
Yeah,
Little place.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to comprehend.
Yeah,
it. Sorry.
that one actually made sense if you think about it. It's a lot of people go there. The venue's kind of small, but it's outside. They're doing an outside concert.
It's on Muscuda Avenue.
That's exactly right.
Muscuda Avenue, Belleville, getting out more west. I mean, getting out more into the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
I got a.
Sounds like you should go for the burgers from what I'm reading.
Oh my
Seriously.
God.
Yeah, not the
I
band.
was
That's for
told
sure.
that Lori Lightfoot looks more like the Beetlejuice from Howard Stern show, and I was sent a picture.
Oh,
No, really? Because I had a friend
this
text
is not
me-
Comedy Thursday. Let's stop this. I have a lot of important, serious things to talk about.
Yeah, I had a friend text me that there's a shrunken head in a Harry Potter movie that I guess too. So I'm trying to find
Really?
that.
The
Yeah, like a
things we
reggae.
learn on this show. Damn, I had no idea. Hey, Chris, by the way, I already said it once. I'm giving you more credit. When you turn stuff around really fast. That's good. That's good stuff, dude. Very, very good stuff. You the man. Oh, brother.
All
brother.
seriousness now. Everybody take a deep breath.
No, we are. And Eric,
Lori Lightfoot is
then let me add.
so silly. Okay.
Eric. Yeah. Is a second pandemic coming?
Yes,
Before we
definitely.
go to break.
now.
Is it
Okay,
coming?
so here's
is it
what I was-
coming before November or before elections?
Here's what I was going to say. You guys nailed it. This whole I completely forgot because my brain is that of a goldfish. I can never remember anything. But you got to watch out for those mail-in ballots and those ballots in the middle of the street and those things that you can drive up to the back door at midnight, even though no one in this room will say Trump lost the election. No one in this room is going to say that. But it is weird that he lost on the margins like he did, right? And that's all you got to do. And it is okay. This is the year where you go, all right, fool me once. But I'll tell you what, we're not going to get in this pandemic thing. We're not going to get in this thing where you don't have a voter ID. We're not going to get in this thing where you don't go to the polling station. If you are too morbidly afraid to go and vote, you know what? There's people in Iraq that went and voted and stuck their damn thumb in purple paint as snipers are aimed at them. You can go vote. And this is the most important vote you have. You can either vote for America being a country or America being on the track to be absorbed by the world community. There you go. So you need to be careful this year. And you need to demand, I'm not going to mail in my ballot. I'm not doing it on my computer. I will see you at 12:30 at the local elementary school. We'll vote. We'll leave. We'll go have a beer. That's it. Because you're right. You're right. This should be a wave. This tsunami should be just insane. Yeah, I mean, this should be such a red wave that every media outlet in the country should go broke because they're so liberal.
As we go to break, I've been to the Silver Creek Saloon.
Have you?
I didn't even realize it until now. I was looking at the address going, oh, yeah, I know where that is. That's where we hosted our high school reunion there last year.
It's that big?
I was
big enough to do that?
Yeah.
I thought it was small the last time I was there.
No. They've got a massive outside.
Yeah, they got volleyball courts
And then
all
they've
that.
got a small little inside for the band. But it's a skinny, but you've been there, and it goes all the way back.
Yeah.
But the outside is massive. It's there. It's out in a country field.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been there. Okay. There you go.
All right.
Did you
There you
say
go.
sand volleyball?
Yeah, sand volleyball.
Nice.
They got it all out there.
All right, Eric Johnson.
Illinois knows how to party.
The Metro East does.
They sure do.
Specifically Belleville. There's a reason they call us Bell Vegas.
Consider if you listen to Dr. Dre, nobody but California knows how to party.
California. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Kristen Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. I promise. As soon as we come back, we might have a little fun first, but we're going to get into that DeSantis-Trump situation. It's kind of a big deal. I think it is.
It's a huge deal.
We'll see what you guys think. Don't go anywhere. Share the show. Let people know what we're doing. 100.7 The Viper on Facebook. Get ready for the second pandemic. The president told us it's coming, even though national media refused to talk about it yesterday. You can also jump in at viperrocks.com. That's how you can stream us. We're also on YouTube, The Morning Edge. You can give us a call if you want to, 636-695-2915. And as we go to break, Sky Fox, Bomberito Automotive Group, Sky Fox. Look at this shot. Really cool shot. Heading to Lincoln County for an ATV accident. Hope and pray nobody was seriously injured with that situation. Back with more right after this, plus your headlines and your birthdays.
Edge Morning Traffic.
Joining you from the Viper Traffic Center with an update on the roads. Crews are clearing the scene of an earlier vehicle fire, 141 southbound, just south of 6440. And 6440 and I-70 still in great shape out in St. Charles County. 270 northbound, a bit of tap and go traffic from I-44 up through Manchester in the Des Peres area. And expect delays this morning and into the late afternoon on the Chain of Rocks Bridge. An eastbound lane is closed up. It closed at 5:30 this morning. Will be closed until about 2:30 this afternoon for some road work. This morning, I-55 is still jammed up through that construction zone trying to get into downtown. Consider 44 as an alternate route. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge morning traffic.
The Edge Morning Show is coming right back.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute.